Oh, getting a bunch of groceries again. So I kind of got this new kind of like topic that I think is kind of a good one that I never really talked about before. But it's just about have depression, like being depressed or having too many like things going on at once. So for example, like I'm thinking of moving to New York, or I'm thinking of moving to Colombia, or I'm thinking of staying where I'm at, or doing something else. And from personally, like a lot of when I have an idea and I want to do something, a lot of the times, you can write a book or you can go somewhere. And like I always feel like going somewhere is such a big adventure that it adds a new you're putting your whole body in that position, other than like getting a new job or writing a book. And so when you do that, it brings a lot of anxiety. And I think that one of the craziest reasons to drink is like anxiety. I think anxiety has a lot to do with alcohol. So the last couple of days, I feel like I went completely crazy. I was taking kratom, and I ended up drinking like 5 beers one night, and I just had and I did it out of kind of like stress. Like I was excited, but I want to change. But I think in life there's a way where you think you are a certain person, and that your habits and your things that you do are for and what you believe in and what you do is like that's who you are. But there's this weird thing that happens to me, and so when I drank, it kind of I ended up just getting like really super depressed for like a whole day where I didn't do anything. I was really mixed up. I was confused, and it was kind of like having a panic attack constantly all day. Like I was just like, and I don't know really necessarily what caused it. Was it because I've been taking kratom a little bit? Was it because I drank 5 beers? What was it? But I do know that it has to do with the idea of what am I gonna do next? Because sometimes when you're like making a decision like that, you like I think that I am a certain person while I work doing the job that I do in this city, and I think that I come from all the different jobs and all the different things I've ever done. At the same time, I kind of feel like I'm resetting my brain kind of reset itself, kind of was able to over the last couple of days, to where I kind of woke up feeling like I'm like a new person today, and I slept till like 3 p.m. And I know that's caused by a lot of anxiety, and I do really feel like drinking tonight, but I'm not going to, and I'm gonna exercise instead. And I don't know, like if I like chose to feel like I'm resetting myself and seeing things new for the first time, or if I went through that process knowing that I have to change my life if I want to because sometimes for me, getting somewhere and doing something has to do with actual movement of where I'm at. I know you could lay in bed and like work off your computer, like make movies off of it or whatever. Probably you could probably get paid from it, and you can pay your bills, and you could stay in one location. But for me, like the actual movement of going to a new location is like what I feel as is like progress, and it's a normal kind of progress. An animal would probably really relate to me. Like a swan would probably be like, yeah, for me to get to learning about stuff is going to a new pond, like, or going down south for the winter or whatever. But like people, the progress can have to do with like success with money or from a diploma from a school, or like, you know, there's a lot of varieties of what people define as like success and what progress means to their life. So mine is more of this like movement of like putting myself somewhere, which really causes a lot of anxiety for me. And then I'm kind of thinking I actually love to move, because I kind of noticed that I've been here for like an extra year and I've been bored, and I don't know, I'm not getting anywhere. I feel like I'm not really getting anywhere that is visible to see of any type of success I could call that as. And because I'm like, I think that we need to be successful to some degree. From you know, my own perspective, I feel like I have that ingrained into who I am, of that I need to have something to show for and whatever success that I have. I don't, you know, I'm missing a tooth. I went backward in success. I've had parts of my body that aren't there anymore, and to keep those parts is more successful than losing them. So it's kind of like I've just had really bad anxiety, and I feel like my brain is like messed up, like there's something, you know, wrong with me. I've gotten some bad concussions before, and it could be that there is like from concussions I've screwed up my brain, and but I also think maybe this is like a normal thing to into making a big change in your life, like moving to a big city you've never really been to. So my idea, you know, of that it'll bring like a successful feeling to me to get somewhere new, and it was kind of based on Chicago initially, by riding a bike and delivering food, that I feel like I'm kind of moving up a little if I do it, you know. And the feeling of wanting to drink is like really strong, but also when I do drink right now, and I don't know if any of you notice it, but I feel like I just have bad nightmares and it feels like screwed up. So I'm kind of connecting them, that there is this like non-stop like drink, and things will be over. You don't have to pay attention to how you feel. You can just have these, you know, you can cut through the anxiety, sign a piece of paper saying you're living somewhere new, and then all you got to do is pack up and move, kind of feeling while you're drinking. But that used to be more true for me, and now it's more like drink a little bit and then have the worst anxiety I've ever had, where all I think about is negative, definitely like some of the most negative thoughts, to the point yesterday where it's like my brain completely reset, and I feel like I'm just in a new world in Chicago. I feel like I was able to almost escape my monotony of routine of working all the time every day, which was almost 300 miles I rode in like 6 days or something for way too little money. And now, after one day off and sleeping until 3 p.m., I feel like I'm almost like, it's almost as if I left this place without leaving. And so I guess the anxiety was completely out of control for me, but I think that like it wasn't really a completely related to drinking, since I didn't really do it. I drank like 5 beers, but I had like the worst hangover from it. And I also kind of contribute a little bit of when you're making big decisions in life, and the anxiety to this time around, I'd kind of say it's connected to sugar, because I was taking kratom, and when I quit drinking, every time I quit drinking nowadays, like say if I drink 5 beers and I don't the next day, I feel like this really strong, like I get really mad, and I'm like really short fuse, like I feel really frustrated. So I'm kind of thinking you know, I'm having some kind of withdrawal sugar thing that happens from alcohol, or like something, rather than like when I was younger. So I'm just making some new decisions in life, and if you have anxiety, you know, to fix that, I'm gonna just go running and like lift weights a little bit and watch a movie. And I almost feel like it fixes itself, because I felt so bad yesterday and couldn't sleep that almost today I feel like a completely different person after the afternoon, after I slept in. So I don't know, you know, the best tricks for really bad anxiety, or like if you're just quickly depressed for reasons that are hard to explain. But I know if I was to drink more tonight, I'd have like a way bigger problem on my hands. So I'm not gonna. And I hope anybody out there that's watching is doing good, and you can balance your life out in a way that's helpful, and try to get over the alcohol thing. My friend just quit, and it took him like 3 days, I think. It was like 3 days, or 3 days, and he just got better, and he's drank for a really long time. So, you know, I totally think he was an alcoholic. So if you can just quit, and then 3 days later you're doing good not drinking, you know, why go back to putting money down the toilet and just all the problems associated with it? I think you can do a lot better without it. So anyway, good luck, and I'll keep making these videos. Maybe I'll be showing you New York.